How are you? It's AJ from Sexy in the City on Soy 6, located in Pattaya, Thailand. Here once again with my newbie tips, tricks, advice, and general Pattaya knowledge and Thailand knowledge as well for you. This week's bonus video, I did say I was going to do one, is going to be focused on the Thai concept of face. I'm mainly going to go into it and how it specifically deals with foreigners and how a foreigner who's not familiar with the concept of face can handle it. In very, very basic layman's terms, face is reputation and social standing with those around you. In pretty much every society, including Western society, we have this, although not to the level of importance that the Thais put on it. In Thai culture, it's literally the be-all, end-all of their culture and of how they get along with each other. So, fleshing that out a little bit and giving you some examples also in terms of face. In Western culture, and I've spoken a little bit about this in other videos, if you have a problem with a bill or a receipt or a customer service problem, you might lose your temper a little bit. You might go ahead and go off on the service or service person. But at the end of the day, you're not mad at the person, you're mad at the company. And most companies, including my own back in the States, train that when people do get angry, don't take it personally because they're mad at the company. Here, they very much take it personally because although you're mad at the company or you're mad at the service that they work for and not them personally in the bar, you're still making them look bad by insulting them in front of their coworkers. Even if they made a mistake or even if they actually had the problem, it was their fault, if you don't handle it in an apt manner while still being respectful to them and keeping their social standing, especially not losing your cool in front of a group of people or making others look bad, it can cause an issue. So a second example. So in this example, this would probably make people mad in the West too, but it really sums things up here. In a bar recently, a gentleman I know went up and asked a lady if he could purchase her a drink. She said no. He then proceeded to go ahead and get a little bit upset by this and decided to purchase a drink for every other lady that was in the bar at the time. The lady flipped out. The other ladies were a bit happy, but he just made her lose face in front of her friends. Even though she had declined the drink from him, he decided to go ahead and make it one worse. In this case, the lady had to be physically restrained from attacking him, which would make her save face because then she's going back at him. Makes sense? Hopefully so. So another thing, it's very, very common in the West when a customer service person or even not in a business situation, person goes ahead and says, "Oh, I'm sorry that happened. That's my fault. I take responsibility for that." It's very rare to hear that with Thais because "I'm sorry" basically means that they're losing social standing to you, especially if it's sorry in a social setting. For instance, I've seen guys demand an apology for a mistake that was made. It's better to just go ahead, fix the mistake, and move on versus have them apologize. They very rarely will because, again, the way that they're brought up is that makes them look weak in front of their peers and the others. In America, you know, we kind of have something similar called keeping up with the Joneses. But here it's not just about buying new televisions, new cars, new toys. It's about not making the other person's toys make you look bad. Hopefully that's a way to break down face for those of you that have seen it. I'm going to close this section by giving a couple tips. So, number one, face is nothing to get worried about. If you're polite, you're respectful, you're friendly, you smile, mai pen lai, you're not afraid to say, "I'm sorry, my fault." If you're not afraid to say that in a situation, even if it's not your fault, you're going to have a smooth visit. If you're one of those people who constantly go ahead and say, "It's the principle of the situation here. I don't care it's 5 baht. It's the principle. No, it's your fault. I'm the customer. The customer is always right." If you're that sort of person, you're going to have a lot of problems in Thailand. And it's not the place for you unless you know how to be polite. I'm not saying you need to kiss their ass. I'm not saying you need to sugarcoat everything. You just need to be aware that you're not lowering their social standing in the way that you deal with things. Thank you guys. I'll see you next week. Take care.